Hi, and welcome to another episode of Tool Talk. I'm Mark the Window Cleaner, the show brought to you by windowcleaningresource.com. Well, today I want to talk to you about a window cleaning situation all of us will face eventually. Doesn't matter if you're doing commercial windows or residential windows. And that is, how do we deal with those high windows with those deep sills, those deep mullions and ledges? Well, probably the most popular tool over the years has been something known as the ledger tool. This is the ledger tool by Companion Tools. And this is a basic model. This is the starter model. It's the 7-inch version. So in other words, it extends above and over approximately 7 inches to clean windows. There's also a 16-inch version and a 22-inch version. You might know from your own experience which model would be best for you. You might even anticipate in the future you might have to deal with some really deep ledges and just buy the biggest one. That's totally up to you. But anyway, the purpose today is just to talk about the construction of this tool and how it performs. The first thing you're going to notice with this tool is that it's a bit old school compared to squeegee handles that are coming out today. A lot of squeegee handles that you see on the market have some kind of a quick release system or a spring clip type system for changing out your channels. Well, this is, like I said, pretty old school. It's just got a couple of nuts and bolts there, and it holds the locking plate. Now, the hold down locking plate here that holds the channel in place doesn't have prongs at all that holds the rubber. So you're going to have to use a channel that utilizes clips. And other than that, you're pretty much all set to go. You just get down to your job site, you take a look at what size channel you need, slip it in there, tighten it up, and you're good to go. No worries there. Now, if you take a look at the design of the handle part and the part that actually goes on the pole tip, you notice that it's got a slit in there. And that's allow it to expand at all, and depending on what type of pole cone tip you're using. Now, it is recommended, and I have also found by my experience that it actually works best if you use a wood cone tip. And wood cone tips, they're pretty cheap, $2 to $3 tops, and they simply screw on top of your existing cone tip. Now, if I was to use this tool on in this particular case, my under locking tip, I'd probably find that it doesn't fit 100% snug. Now, more than likely, you're going to be using this ledger tool on windows that are pretty high up. So obviously, you're going to want the tool to be fitting pretty snug and secure. And utilizing the wood pole tip, which are actually quite long and it's very good, put that on there. It's going right up through the handle. You can even see it coming out near the top. That shows you that it's sitting on there quite well, and I feel pretty secure using this tool. One thing to note, whenever pulling windows with this tool, don't get overconfident with the fact that it angles and it extends outwards. And what I'm getting at here is, normally when you pull a window with a traditional squeegee handle, you'll notice that you pull down, and then once you get close to the bottom, you pull the pole back horizontally a little bit so that you can close out the window nicely. You do this kind of a situation, right, like that. And you can close out the bottom of the window. Now, when using this on a pole, you can still have the odd chance of this part of the handle touching the sill, and in that particular case it might signal off that, oh, you've reached the bottom of the window, but in fact you haven't. You still need to pull out a little bit horizontal to close out nicely. And in fact, you want to make sure that whatever windows that you're doing, make sure they're not too high, that doesn't allow you to be able to do that pulling back motion. Or else you'll never get it right down to the very bottom of the window. And maybe you'll have to use some other alternative method for cleaning the windows right down to the bottom. And there are other alternatives out there, and we'll go into that in future shows. But for now, the ledger tool by Companion Tools can be bought at windowcleaningresource.com. Like I say, it's a pretty handy tool, and it's always been pretty much the go-to tool over the years for dealing with high windows and deep ledges. So go check them out, windowcleaningresource.com. Bye for now.